everyone. Welcome to Avaya's Overcoming Narcissistic Abuse curriculum. I'm Andy Anderson. My partner, Ike Allen, and I are teachers, mentors, and the co-owners of Avaya University. Avaya is the creator of over 1,000 books, films, courses, teachings, and other supportive resources. Thank you so much for joining us. Our fellow teacher, Jacqueline Ortiz, is here to talk with us today about healing and learning to love yourself after a narcissistic relationship. Jacqueline is a self-love, dating, law of attraction, and empowerment mentor. She is the published author of the book Extraordinary You. She's also a speaker, an entrepreneur, neuro-linguistic life coach, hypnotherapist, feng shui consultant, Reiki master, and dream sculpting coach. And she integrates her passion for mind, body, spirit, and environment to help empower women to break through, elevate, and cultivate their level of self-love, self-confidence to attract and create deeply loving and connected relationships. Thank you so much for being here with us, Jacqueline.
Oh my God, it's my pleasure. I'm here to serve. I am thrilled to be here.
Awesome. Well, I love your topic. It's so relevant for people who are either coming out of or perhaps in the midst of a narcissistic relationship. Self-love is such an important thing for all of us. So how does one start healing after a narcissistic or toxic relationship?
I think the most absolutely crucial, important thing we must do is not to blame or shame or guilt or think we're stupid or criticize ourselves or beat ourselves up. That is critical because let's face it, narcissists are masterful at manipulation and deceiving. So basically, the most important thing is for us to have compassion, self-love, forgive ourselves, self-forgiveness. And may I share a story with you? I felt compelled to share this morning.
Yes,
I woke up this morning. Okay. I woke up this morning and I felt compelled to share this. I've never shared this before, ever. Two people know the story. But anyway, I felt like I should share it to help people. And that's why I'm here to serve anyway. So I am like totally like judgment-free zone. Everything's judgment-free. But I'm also human. So when it comes to me, I was afraid I'd get judged because, hey, I'm the self-love diva, teacher, preacher. This is what I do. You know, how can it be that I attracted not one, but back to back to back narcissists? I'm like, how can this be? Here I'm thinking, I'm the self-love diva. This doesn't happen to me. Hello. And it was basically because I look at everything for the lesson in everything. And it was basically that at that moment in time, I call it the perfect storm in my life, where I have 7 challenging situations all at once, which was personal, financial, my business, relationship, health, family, everything was just like imploding at that moment. And my self-confidence took a wobble. I was just in self-preservation, self-survival mode, and I just let things go. The self-love, the self-care, I was just focusing, just putting out fires. So anyway, basically, so that's what happened. My vibration lowered, and I started attracting. So the lesson in this is, the moral of the story is that self-love is a lifestyle, is a life changer. That is lifestyle. It's not like you lose 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds and say, okay, I'm going binge eating and now I expect to start gaining weight, right? Well, the same thing happened to me. I just kind of neglected my self-love because I was so busy, everything else. And that's when I attract them. So it was just reconfirming that self-love is a life lesson, lifestyle, but also it's the reason why I hadn't shared this before, because like I said, I was afraid to get judged. But I'm sharing with everyone now. I'm going to start as of today because it's very important that people realize, like, hey, if it can happen to a self-love diva who's all about self-love, and it can happen to her, it can happen to anybody. So that way they have the permission to release the blame and the shame and everything else. If it can happen to me, it can happen to anybody. So basically focus on self-compassion, self-love, and prioritizing yourself. So that's how they can start to learn.
I love it. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And it is so important because we're all human, and no matter what it might look like on the outside or whatever, kind of person we look like, we never know each other, like all the deep, dark, kind of corners and stuff. And yeah, we all go through all sorts of challenges. So I'm so glad that you're vulnerable in sharing that story, and you are with a group of people who have that story. So that's right. Like so many people watching right now are dealing with that or have dealt with numerous relationships and a toxic relationship cycle. So I appreciate you opening up to that. So let's talk, since you are, self-love diva, and this is like your main conversation. How can our viewers learn to love themselves, especially after having been in a narcissistic relationship when things are so raw and they might have all these judgments about themselves?
And I know this is a really serious topic, and I think it's extremely important that we all realize that all the viewers are at different stages in the healing process. Some people are still in the relationship, some people are looking to get out, some people have just gotten out, and some people have been out for a while. But the most important thing is not to brush over or rush over your healing process. Every process is a healing process, it's natural, it's your healing process. And the most important thing is wherever you are right now, set your intention every day, every single day, even if moment by moment. Set your intention that every day you're going to heal a little bit more. Every day you're going to love yourself a little bit more. Every day and everywhere you're going to get stronger and stronger, and set that. And if you have a wobble, or even if you fall on your knees, it's not about blaming or beating yourself up. It's a natural part of the healing process, and it's about being gentle with yourself. I like to tap on the meridians and tap on the chakras to release that energy, because it's never about denying or suppressing your energy, but it's about releasing it from your energetic vibration, so you can just regroup and reconvene, and then just dust yourself off, get back up, and set the intention again in a loving, gentle way. But again, don't beat yourself up. Don't blame yourself. It is part of the healing process. We all go through it. And I think it's very important that wherever you are right now, the viewer is, it's very important to just say, even better, yell it out, scream it out. Enough. I am taking a stand for myself. I matter. I'm enough. I'm prioritizing myself. And set the intention every day. That's what you're going to do. And hold space for yourself. Really, really, really hold space for yourself in a loving, nurturing way where you are now. And then, but at the same time, while you're holding the space where you are now in a loving, nurturing way, focus on where you want to go and your vision. Focus on where it is that you want to feel and be, and how you want your life to create your life, and focus on the future while you're still holding space for yourself. That way you have something to look forward to. You have a trajectory. It's like a GPS. If you don't know where you're going to be stuck in the same spot. So you need to set direction and a course and funnel vision that way. So hold the vision for your designer life. And again, if you wobble fall, just get up, be gentle with yourself, and regroup, and over again. It's very important to set boundaries. This is obviously a no-brainer. Zero contact. It's hard. It's easier to set than done, but it's really critical. No contact unless you have small custody of children, and that's different. Then you have extremely limited contact, if at all. But then it's very important for you to really nurture yourself and eliminate anything, not only the narcissist, but anything that any family members, anybody that doesn't believe in you or doesn't inspire you or uplift you, out. Set boundaries. Forgiveness. We already discussed forgiveness. Really important. Write forgiveness letters to yourself. Really, really deeply and completely forgive yourself for whatever state you are, whether it's for staying in a relationship, for not seeing the warning signs, for how long you stay, for whatever it is. Forgive yourself. You're human. Again, it can happen to me, happens to everybody. Human. Really analyze and look for every single accomplishment you've done. Every time you've overcome something, every accomplishment, no matter how little you may think it is or how big, celebrate, journal it, celebrate every single accomplishment. It's just a little bit farther and farther up leveling in your new life, and celebrate yourself, celebrate everything. And with all due respect, I say it's critical that you move out of the victim role. So as long as you're in the victim role, or poor me or why me, you'll never be able to walk out and get out into your empowered life student lifestyle, where you get to learn the lesson, and then you learn, graduate, and then you can move on. But as long as you're stuck in poor me or in the past trauma, drama, you're not going to be able to move forward. And that's why I want you. I want you to be able to open the gates and free yourself, because you've been prisoner long enough. It's time for you to walk out and start seeing the lessons so you can move forward. Meditate, and really, really just focus on your vision, where you want to go, and know that you're strong, you deserve it, you're more than enough, and it's your time now. It's all about you now.
Beautiful. Awesome. Thank you. Well, that's a lot of amazing information. And I'm so glad you mentioned the thing about moving beyond the victim mentality, because it's so true. It's so easy to get like stuck there in any aspect of life. And yet it is not, we have to grieve and go through what we go through, but it definitely isn't going to work out for us if we stay in that space forever, as far as like creating an amazing life. So you may have already touched on this, Jacqueline, but I think you mentioned different kinds of things that we can do to heal and love ourselves, but are there any other like actual strategies or processes that people can start to take on to learn to love themselves?
Hell yes. I seriously, seriously, I love different acronyms and process and things like that, because I think I am the type of person, like, if you want to do something, you go for it. So if I want something, you throw the kitchen sink, the pipes, the tubes, and everything at it. And I believe like in a multi-pronged tactic of approaching something. So just really go for it full force. Absolutely. Let's see. Ooh, love bombing. I love bombing. In this case, love bombing means love bomb yourself. Love on yourself. Really love on yourself. And another process is you and me kid. I have little names for things. It makes me laugh. And that's what it's all about. Enjoying yourself, what you do. So you and me kid. It's about really, really, really reconnecting. This is really vital. Reconnecting and reestablishing your relationship with your inner child, and really connecting on a one-to-one basis. I love mirror work. Get in front of a mirror and talk to yourself in a loving, compassionate, nurturing way to you and your child, and talk to the little girl or the little boy in you and say, I love you, and I'm so sorry I have been neglecting you. I haven't listened to you. I'm so sorry, but I am here from now on. I am committed to being with you, to loving on you, to supporting you, to making you feel safe, to reassuring you. What do you need from me? And then speak to yourself in an empowering, emotional way that really sinks home, and really reconnect and befriend little child in you. Chop the cords. That's another one. Chop the cords, which is chop, which is chop all the energetic, emotional, mental, physical, all cords from the narcissist. But again, I discussed this before, not just the narcissist, cut all the cords so that way get rid of the drama and trauma, but also anybody in your life that doesn't uplift you, support you, or believe in you, out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's really important that you really support yourself and really do everything it takes to uplift yourself. And at this vulnerable stage, it's important that you surround yourself with people and things and everything that lifts you up. You want more?
Sure.
Okay. Okay, this is a tongue twister. Tap trapped trauma out. Tap trapped trauma out, which is tapping on your meridians or on your chakras. I like to do both in my high vibrating printing, but basically release all that stuck gunk and energy in you, and you tap on it, and that will help you release so much energy so you could clear it out and raise your energetic vibration. I love Hello Trigger. Hello Trigger. And Hello Trigger is where what you do is you welcome the trigger instead of, getting upset or anything. When you feel something triggering in you, and what you do is you go, okay, where is that feeling? Let's say it's in your heart, or it could be anywhere in your body, and you touch into it. What you do is, what am I feeling? What is this? And let's say it's some kind of pain. So you take it out. That way you have emotional detachment between the emotion and you. So you become the observer, observing from a detached viewpoint. And you look at it and you say, what is that? And some people say poke holes at it. I say take a freaking jackhammer and get to the root of it. If you want to go for something, go for it. So get to the root of it and find out what it is. And let's say that part of you says, you're not lovable, or no one will ever love you. And then you start asking more questions like, who would say that? Why would I think that? And you could say, well, the narcissist said that, whoever the narcissist is, or my father, or my mother, whatever. And then you start poking holes or jackhammering into that and say, you know what? That's not true. I am lovable. And then you start talking to that part of you and you communicate back and forth something like, well, I am lovable. Love is everywhere. It's infinite. Love is my birthright. And you know what? I am choosing from this moment on to love myself. I am loving myself, or whatever state you're at. And just keep reinforcing and reassuring that part of you until you feel a connection. And then you say thank you, and then you put it back in. and you reconnect and just fill yourself up with love for yourself, for that part of you that's injured and hurt and vulnerable, and reconnect with that part of you that now feels more whole and complete, and just raise your vibration. You can fill yourself with a golden light or something like that. More? I'm ready. You ready? And you want more?
Sure.
I love this. I love this because I really want people to just feel good about themselves and be able to overcome this abuse and trauma and drama. But okay, fill me up. Fill me up, baby. So fill me up is think about the things that the way you met the emotional needs of the narcissist. What were some of the primary things? For instance, let's say some of the things were he or she always needed to be told, I love you. So lots of words of affirmations. Or they will also need a lot of compassion for you. Or they need a lot of affection from you. That is more likely than not the things that you are craving because you gave so much of yourself. Those are the things you're craving back for yourself, most likely. It's like a projection. So that's when I say, be super, super self-compassionate toward yourself. Fill yourself up with compassion. And then if the person needed lots and lots of loving and words of affirmation, you tell yourself those words. The words, you tell yourself what you need to hear to fill yourself up. And if it's affirmations, words of affection, the person needs affection, then you know what? That's probably what you need, affection too. So you know what? Start kissing yourself. Kiss yourself, caress yourself, love on yourself, and say, oh, hug yourself. I love you. Oh, this feels so good. My skin is so soft. This feels so good. My hair, and just caress yourself and touch yourself. And seriously, and just really fill yourself up with everything you were giving out, and you fill yourself up. Because once you fill yourself up, you'll be so freaking filled to the tank. Your tanks will be so full. You'll be radiating at a skyrocket level, and you'll feel so good about yourself, and you'll know and recognize that you don't need external love. You can fill yourself up with all the love, and that way you won't need it. It would just be a compliment, but not something that you need. Mm-hmm. So I think that is very important. You fill yourself up with whatever you need, and that's it. Safety shield. You want another one?
Sure.
Okay, safety shield. Okay. I love safety shield. This is what I do. So anyway, even me now, I jump out of bed and I jump into my super Wonder Woman suit. So I have a power suit on, I put on. So I put on my Wonder Woman suit on and I put it on, and then I encapsulate myself in a diamond because it's the hardest material in the world. I encapsulate. Then inside my capsule of my diamond where I'm at, in my Wonder Woman suit, because I'm Wonder Woman, I can do anything. I got superpowers to be strong and love myself. And then I fill the capsule, the diamond capsule, with love. So I'm walking around the day in a diamond. How luxurious is that? The hardest metal, so you feel comfortable, you feel safe, you're a superwoman, and you fill yourself with love. Imagine going out into the world like that. That's what I do. You know, and you feel safe, and especially people that have been in abuse, they need to feel safe and supported and loved, and they got that, you know, and they can see everything going out, everything coming in, and they feel safe and feel in love. So that's some of the process I do.
Thank you. I love it. I love your style too. You're very playful and fun, and that's, you know, like everyone watching right now, obviously this has been a very challenging time for you, or maybe for years and years, and you perhaps might still be in it, but yeah, just to be able to find that joy again and find that humor and love for yourself is awesome. So I appreciate you bringing that to everybody.
Well, you know what? This is a really serious topic, and I get that. But I also get that this is how I feel about it. Honestly, as serious as it is, as tragic as whatever you went through, whoever's been through this overcoming abuse, as tragic as it is being a prisoner of drama and trauma, as it says, I think the most tragic thing is you becoming a prisoner of your own mind by living and reliving over and over again the trauma and the drama. Yes, you have to heal. Yes, you have to feel emotion. Yes, but also you have to move through the emotions so you don't get stuck in it. Because the worst thing is to get stuck in the prison of your own mind, reliving it. And what I'm trying to promote is, at your own pace, open up the prison doors and step outside. It's a beautiful world. And I want you to go from getting unstuck to walking out and exploring and seeing this time as a time of self-exploration, you know, saying, and really learning about yourself, learning what's out in the world and the possibilities that are out there. So you can see something different. Because if you haven't seen something different or know there's something better out there and that you do deserve better, you'll stay stuck, afraid in the shadows. I want you to stand out in the sunlight. So that's how I go.
Beautiful. Thank you. So you've touched a little bit on vibration and energy and in some of like the strategies that you just went over, but is there anything else you can say about how vibration and energy could help people heal from narcissistic and toxic relationships?
Oh my God, you hit my topic. Absolutely. Quantum physics is not just me being quantum crazy. Quantum physics has scientifically proven that everything we see is made up of energy, radiating at a certain frequency. Think of it like a radio station. You adapt and you change the channels and the station, and whatever station you go on, the frequency will depend what you listen to, the type of music or talk radio, whatever it is. Same thing with us. We are vibrating at a certain frequency. So depending on the frequency will depend what and who we attract into our lives. So what I'm saying is up-level your energy. And I know it's challenging because look at it this way. When we're going through traumatic, whether it's overcoming traumatic relationship abuse or any kind of relationship or toxic or crisis or anything, it's hard to be upbeat. I get that. I do get it. Been there, done that. But what I'm saying is every day set your intention to raise your vibration and up level. Every day a little bit at a time. At least if you have the intention and you have something to move forward, which is raising your vibration so you could start attracting what you want. For instance, a lot of people, when they're in trauma or tragic or toxic situations, what they do is they want to numb themselves or medicate themselves or avoid or distraction, whether it's sex, drugs, eating, gambling, alcohol, whatever it is. They go tell with that because that's easy or familiar depending on the history. Well, people that are overcoming narcissistic abuse, what they often do is want to jump into another relationship because it's familiar. Mm-hmm. They feel safer, whether it's because of financial, because emotional, mental, whatever it is, they feel like familiar. So what I am saying is, instead of going from toxic love to looking for true love, which they will realize pretty soon that true love is also toxic love. So they're going from toxic love to toxic love. What I'm promoting is to go from toxic love to self-love to true, authentic, healthy love. You know what I'm saying? Don't skip the middle part of self-love. And when you love yourself, you're automatically raising your vibration. You're automatically radiating a higher frequency, which means you will start attracting better opportunities and people and resources and things into your life. And guess what? You get to be joyful and playful and get out of that prison and really start living the life that you deserve to. An amazing life worth living and celebrating. And that's what I want for everybody. I really do.
Beautiful. I love it. Thank you. So what would you say if there was like one lesson that people overcoming a narcissistic relationship needs to learn? What would you say that is?
Ooh, now we're down to one when I'm all about everything, covering everything. I think the number one lesson will go back to self-love. It really, really, truly is. Self-love is the foundation of everything. Look at it this way. We go to work, we work 9-10 hours a day, 5 days a week, and then we go home. We are home, out with ourselves. We are with ourselves 24/7, 365 days a year. And the biggest investment you could ever make is in yourself, because that's the only relationship that is absolutely guaranteed to be forever, to the last dying breath. It is the only relationship that you can absolutely guarantee to be forever. So self-love is the foundation for everything. Everything you want within, without, it's what will raise your vibration, attract the things you want in your life, make you feel loved, complete, and feel happy and joyful and blissful. So self-love is absolutely the most important thing, because look at it this way. Self-love is what got you into the toxic relationship or lack thereof, and it's the same thing that's going to get you out. So the lack of self-love got you into a relationship, but self-love is what's going to get you out, and it's going to make you feel absolutely unstoppable, empowered, and a joyful, playful, loving, blissful, peaceful life. This is what you want. After all these years, is you just want to get rid of the trauma and the drama and surround yourself with love and peace. And that can only come from within. That's when you tune in, tune up, get turned on to high vibration.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you. Awesome. So, okay. So what about, you touched on this a little bit ago, but it's such an important topic that I'm sure a lot of people are wondering about. How important do you think boundaries are in overcoming narcissistic abuse? And do you have any kind of strategies or processes for helping people set boundaries?
Wow. Yes. Boundaries are absolutely a critical part of it, because that's another thing probably got us in and out of the relationship. Got us in was either lack of boundaries or no boundaries, or lack of enforcing the boundaries. And I think that people that have gone through so much trauma and overcoming abuse, they don't want to feel overwhelmed. So I have a simple, quick way to build boundaries, which is basically the C's. I'm all about little things like that, the C's, to make it simple. So it is to create clear boundaries. And then once you create clear boundaries, then communicate in a clear way. And then the other C is commit to compliance. And how you do that is you create very clear boundaries about what you want. But then when you do that, you have to establish really huge, ginormous amount of why, which is your leverage. Why you want to do this. That way, when you get some pullback, you'll be able to have all the leverage of why. And then you create your why. So you create your boundaries. You communicate. How you communicate, especially with narcissists, you don't blame, you don't scream, you don't yell, you don't put your foot down, you don't do ultimatums or anything like that. What you do is you say it in a clear, concise way. You communicate by saying, listen, I may not have shown you or told you effectively my boundaries, but let me explain to you, this is my boundary. And from now on, this is the way I expect to be treated, whatever it is. And you just say it in a way that makes you feel that you should have communicated with him. That way he doesn't feel tense or stressed, or not stressed, angry. He doesn't get angry. And then when you do that is you communicate, hey, I'm sorry, I didn't communicate this before. This is my boundary. I'm communicating to you now, and I expect to be feel. And then when they don't do it, you have to commit to compliance over and over again. Because it's like a child. A narcissist, it's like a child. He's like a 2-year-old who's like, he'll keep saying, mommy, 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 I want, just over and over and over again until they get what they want. And if you fold, that's it. You cannot fold. It's like a 2-year-old. Once you fold, you're done, because they know that you could push and push and push until you fold. So you have to commit to being absolutely compliance 100%. And then if they don't, you just go back to communicating it over and over again, but stick to your guns and don't fold. And if that's the case, then zero contact.
Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate you going deeper into boundaries. That's such a big thing for people. And, I always kind of look at it like as, right, we're setting boundaries around, right, like other people or what our needs are, but it's also like, right, it's our own internal boundaries and sticking to them for our own personal integrity that I think is just so important. So anyways.
Yeah. I'm really into the KISS mentality. Keep it simple, sweetheart. So try to keep it simple. I don't want to overwhelm people, because I can do that, because I'm like that high energy thing. But keep it simple, sweetheart. And that way the narcissist or anybody you communicate with will get it. And it's all about you. And if it's important to you, the boundary, that's all that matters. So even if they say, well, that's stupid, why would you do that? It doesn't matter. If it's important to you, it's important for you to communicate a boundary, and that's it. It doesn't matter what other people think, it's what's important to you. Respect yourself, listen to yourself, and believe in yourself.
Beautiful. I love it. Thank you. So I'd love it if you'd also share about a free gift you have for everybody, as well as an offer. And everybody, there's a couple buttons below this video that link over to Jacqueline's site. So what do you have for us?
All right. I have this book I wrote, Extraordinary You. It's over 250 pages. And you know me, I love exercising and little things. So it has over 116 exercises. So you could delve right in. It's Extraordinary You in all the different areas of your life, because I feel like it's great to balance everything out, not just have like a seesaw. So balance everything out. So it's my Extraordinary You book. It's a free download. You can just get it anytime. And I am super excited about my high five. I'm sorry, I gotta be serious. My high five re-imprinting system. This is 100% personalized, one-on-one, 90-minute of blending of healing modalities to laser target your results. And what we do is in the 90+ minute is customized to you. We'll tap on different meridians to uncover hidden blocks, and then we will call on your little inner child and communicate and reconnect with this inner child. And while getting rid of all this stuck gunk. I love tongue twisters. Stuck gunk, to get rid of the stuck gunk in your chakras. And then we go through a guided imagery and relaxation process, so you could re-imprint and reconnect and re-embody and we embrace everything we did over the session. And I'll record it for you so you can have it, so you can listen to it at will. And it also has a 20-minute follow-up call. So any updates, any questions you have for me. And that is normally $247. But for the viewers, I really want to help them overcome and raise their vibration, because I believe if we raise an individual vibration, we also raise a collective. So especially with this perfect storm global going on, I would like to make a special offer for the viewers, which is instead of the $247, reducing it to $97 for anyone. So I really want to help people that really want to raise their vibration, raise up and level up and up level. So
thank you for your enthusiasm and your high vibration and just your love of helping people. And everyone, I highly recommend, if you're interested in working further with Jacqueline, to take her up on that offer. And thanks for the discount. And are there anything else you feel like we've left out? Any last insights before we wrap up?
No, honestly, I really firmly believe if you could just focus on where you are right now and just move forward and just keep going step by step by step, and don't look at the past except to extract any pearls of wisdom that you need to up-level your life. But go forward, open up the prison of your mind, and just step out and really, really start making love to yourself every single day. Love on yourself, love bomb yourself in every way, shape, and form, and surround yourself with people and things that make you happy and joyful and peaceful. And focus on releasing any stuck energy, because what happens is the most important thing is not just your thoughts, thinking positive, but the way you feel about everything, your vibration. So raise your vibration and you will raise up level and attract everything in your life. That love, that peace, that joy. Raise your vibration, everything else will be attracted and magnetized to you just the way you want. So, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Awesome last words. I appreciate you doing this. Thank you so much, Jacqueline.
It's been my pleasure. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And thank you everyone who showed up for themselves, who are working on loving themselves and getting over this challenging time. And we'll see you again real soon. Take care, everybody.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.